If you're one of the millions who start your day with coffee, hoping it gives you a little boost in the battle against body fat, you're going to want to hear this. Because what if I told you that cup in your hand could be more than just a morning ritual? It could be a fat-burning tool hiding in plain sight. But here's the catch. Most people are doing it wrong. The sugar, the cream, even the timing of your daily coffee may be sabotaging your metabolism without you realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll know how to turn ordinary coffee into a science-backed fat-burning accelerator. And the secret lies in just 2 key compounds most people overlook. Stay tuned, because in about 10 minutes I'm going to reveal the exact supplement blueprint that professionals use to make coffee work smarter for fat loss. Let's be brutally honest. The journey of weight loss is often a deeply frustrating and demoralizing experience. You commit, you cut carbs, count calories, try keto, paleo, intermittent fasting. You drag yourself to the gym on days you have zero energy. You see a glimmer of hope, and then, nothing. The scale freezes. That stubborn fat, especially around the belly, clings on for dear life. It feels like you're trapped in metabolic quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink into a cycle of fatigue, cravings, and disappointment. You're not alone. Studies show that up to 80% of people who lose weight regain it, and sometimes more, within just 2 years. This isn't a failure of willpower. It's a sign your metabolism is fighting against your every effort. In this daily battle, coffee often feels like our one trusted ally. Globally, we consume over 2 billion cups every single day. It's the ritual that gets us out of bed and the pre-workout kick that makes a tough session possible. We instinctively believe it helps. It sharpens our focus, helping us resist unhealthy snacks, and gives us the energy to stay active. But here's the difficult truth. For the vast majority, the incredible fat-burning potential of coffee remains completely locked away. It's like owning a supercar but only ever driving it in first gear. The power is there, but you're not accessing it. Why? Because most of us unknowingly sabotage the process. We drink it with sugar and creamers that spike our insulin and halt fat burning. We drink it at the wrong times, disrupting our body's natural rhythms. The very tool we think is helping is often being neutralized by our own habits. So what's the secret to unlocking those biological doors? The good news is, it's not some impossibly complex secret. The science points to 2 powerhouse compounds in your coffee beans, caffeine and chlorogenic acid. We all know caffeine, but it does more than just wake you up. It acts as a potent stimulant for your central nervous system, triggering a process called lipolysis, a direct signal to your fat cells to break down and release stored fatty acids into your bloodstream, making them available for energy. But caffeine is only half of the equation. The unsung hero is chlorogenic acid, or CGA. This powerful antioxidant works on a different yet perfectly complementary pathway. It helps slow the absorption of carbohydrates from your diet and has been shown in studies to improve how your body manages blood sugar and insulin. Think of it as a 1-2 punch. Caffeine hits the accelerator, telling your body to burn existing fat. Simultaneously, chlorogenic acid acts like a traffic controller, preventing excess sugar from being stored as new fat. Together, they create the perfect biochemical environment for sustainable fat loss. This is where the game changes. This isn't about another restrictive diet or a punishing new exercise regimen. It's about optimizing something you already do every day. Today, we are going to build your personal coffee blueprint, a simple step-by-step guide to transform your daily cup from a habit into a precision metabolic tool. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to stop sabotaging your efforts. We'll cover the right type of coffee to choose, the optimal brewing methods, and the perfect time of day to drink it for peak fat-burning effect. You'll learn the hidden sugars and additives to avoid at all costs. You'll finally have a clear, science-backed strategy to turn your body into a more efficient fat-burning machine and escape that metabolic quicksand for good. Before we supercharge anything, we need the right foundation. And that foundation is simple: black coffee. You can't build a fat-burning metabolism on a foundation of sugar and creamers. Black coffee is our bedrock, the pure source of the powerful compounds we're going to leverage. We start with this clean slate, and from there, we build something truly extraordinary. Here's why this is so critical. Every time you add sugar, flavored syrup, or even large amounts of milk, you cause an insulin spike. Insulin is your body's storage hormone. Its job is to manage blood sugar, but when there's an excess, that energy gets stored as fat. Insulin flips a switch that tells your body, stop burning fat, we have sugar to deal with. It creates a one-way street where energy flows your fat cells, but the exit is blocked. As long as insulin is elevated, your body is physically incapable of tapping into its fat reserves. So while you're sipping your caramel macchiato, thinking you're revving your metabolism, you're actually flipping your body's switch into fat storage mode. That fleeting sugar rush is followed by a harsh crash as your insulin overcorrects. This crash triggers fatigue, brain fog, and intense cravings for more sugar, trapping you in a vicious hormonal cycle that works directly against your weight loss goals. Let's put numbers to it. A black coffee, almost 0 calories. A large flavored latte, easily 400-500 calories. Drink that daily, and you've added an extra meal's worth of calories. Over a month, that's enough to cause over 2 pounds of fat gain, a potential 24 pounds in a year just from one drink. These calories come from milk, sugar-laden syrups, and whipped cream. Each component is a layer of metabolic disruption. But here's the encouraging part. Black coffee doesn't have to be bitter. The journey to loving it begins with understanding the beans. Most coffee is either Arabica or Robusta. Robusta is often bitter and used in cheaper blends. If that's your only experience, you've been missing out. Arabica beans are the premium choice. Sweeter, softer, with complex flavors from fruity to chocolatey. Exploring single-origin Arabica is like exploring fine wine. It's not deprivation. It's an upgrade for your palate. How you brew also changes everything. Drip machines with paper filters trap oily compounds called diterpenes, making filtered coffee a heart-healthy choice. Unfiltered methods like a French press leave these oils in, creating a richer body. And then there's the game changer, cold brew. Steeping grounds in cold water for 24 hours makes it up to 60% less acidic. The result is an incredibly smooth, naturally sweeter coffee that's easy on your stomach, the perfect gateway to loving black coffee. If you're ready to make the switch, start with a high-quality light or medium roast Arabica bean. Light roasts retain more delicate flavors and beneficial compounds. If it's a tough transition, use a gentle bridge. A sprinkle of Ceylon cinnamon can add perceived sweetness and help regulate blood sugar. If you need creaminess, a splash of unsweetened almond milk has a minimal effect on insulin. A drop of pure vanilla extract can also trick your senses into perceiving sweetness. So, tip #1 is this: embrace black coffee. Think of it as your clean slate, the blank canvas for fat burning. You are taking back control from the coffee shop menus. You are choosing to give your body a pure, effective tool it can use to unlock its own fat-burning potential. This foundation is what allows us to build our masterpiece of metabolic health. Once you've mastered this, you're ready for the next step, supercharging it. Now we add the first real upgrade, mastering caffeine. Caffeine is the most widely consumed psychoactive substance in the world, found in everything from our morning coffee to tea, chocolate, and pre-workout supplements. For many, it's simply a ritual, a crutch to get through the morning fog. But what if I told you that this common compound, when understood and used correctly, is one of the most potent, legal, and accessible metabolic enhancers available to us? It's time to stop thinking of caffeine as just a wake-up call and start seeing it for what it truly is, a powerful tool for unlocking your body's fat-burning potential. This isn't about drinking more coffee, it's about drinking it smarter. Most people see caffeine as just an energy boost, a way to feel more alert. And while that's true, the real magic for fat loss happens on a much deeper, cellular level. Metabolically, caffeine is less of a gentle nudge and more of a powerful fat loss switch. To understand how, we need to look at a molecule called adenosine. Throughout the day, adenosine builds up in your brain, binding to receptors and making you feel tired. Caffeine's molecular structure is so similar to adenosine that it can swoop in and block those receptors. With adenosine out of the way, your brain's own natural stimulants like dopamine and norepinephrine can run free. This surge in norepinephrine signals your adrenal glands to produce adrenaline, the famous fight-or-flight hormone. This is the critical step. That adrenaline travels through your bloodstream and sends an urgent message directly to your fat cells. Release your stored energy now. This process is called lipolysis, literally the breakdown of fats. Your fat cells, which are essentially energy storage vaults, unlock and release their contents, fatty acids, into your bloodstream. Suddenly, your body has a massive supply of high-quality fuel ready to be burned. But the benefits don't stop there. Caffeine also directly boosts your resting metabolic rate, or RMR. This is the number of calories you burn just by being alive, breathing, thinking, existing. Landmark studies, including research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, have shown that a single effective dose of caffeine can increase your RMR by anywhere from 3 to 11%. For someone with a baseline RMR of 2,000 calories, that's an extra 60 to 220 calories burned per day without any extra effort. It achieves this through thermogenesis, increasing your body's core temperature. You are literally burning more energy as heat. It's like turning up the thermostat on your internal furnace. But here's the crucial kicker, and where most people miss the opportunity. All those fatty acids floating in your blood are on a timer. Your body is incredibly efficient. If that fuel isn't used, it will simply be repackaged and stored right back in your fat cells. This is why timing is everything. The magic happens when you synchronize the caffeine peak with physical activity. After you drink a cup of coffee, it takes about 30 to 60 minutes for caffeine levels to reach their peak concentration in your bloodstream. This is your golden window. By timing your workout to start within this window, you turn your body into a fat incinerating machine. Instead of primarily burning stored glycogen from your muscles, your body has easy access to all those freshly liberated fatty acids. It preferentially burns them for fuel. This applies to all forms of exercise, whether it's a long run, a height session, or a weightlifting workout. In fact, for strength training, caffeine has the added benefit of reducing perceived exertion, meaning you can push harder, lift heavier, and ultimately build more metabolism-boosting muscle. This simple act of timing transforms your coffee from a morning beverage into a strategic, high-performance fat-burning tool. Now, a critical word of caution: the human body is an adaptation machine. If you bombard it with caffeine every single day, it fights back. Remember those adenosine receptors we talked about? Your brain, in an effort to reestablish balance, will literally build adenosine receptors. This is called upregulation. Suddenly, your usual 1 or 2 cups of coffee don't have the same effect. You need more and more just to feel normal, let alone to get that metabolic boost. This is caffeine tolerance, and it will completely negate the fat loss benefits. The fat loss switch gets rusty and eventually stops working. So the smarter play isn't more caffeine, it's strategic abstinence. You need to cycle it. A common and effective protocol is 4 weeks of strategic use, followed by 1 full week off. This reset week can be tough. You might experience headaches or fatigue as your body resensitizes, but it's essential for keeping the tool sharp. If a full week off sounds daunting, try smaller resets. Have caffeine-free weekends, or swap your afternoon cup for decaf. The goal is to periodically give your receptors a break, ensuring that when you do use caffeine, it works with maximum potency. This brings us to our second supercharging tip. Use caffeine strategically, not habitually. A habitual user is someone who mindlessly drinks coffee all day out of dependency. A strategic user treats caffeine like a precision instrument. They use it for a specific purpose, to enhance a workout, to power through a mentally demanding task, or to kickstart their metabolism on a specific day. Another common mistake is timing. Caffeine has a long half-life, meaning it stays in your system for hours. Drinking it late in the afternoon can severely disrupt your sleep, even if you think you can fall asleep just fine. Poor sleep elevates the stress hormone cortisol, which directly promotes fat storage, particularly around the abdomen. As a rule of thumb, cut off all caffeine intake at least 8 hours before your bedtime. Finally, and this is non-negotiable, don't sabotage your efforts by loading your coffee with sugar, syrups, and heavy creams. A large sugary latte can contain hundreds of calories, completely wiping out the metabolic advantage you gained from the caffeine itself. Stick to black coffee, or add a splash of unsweetened milk or a 0-calorie natural sweetener if you must. Treat your coffee as a supplement, not a dessert. If caffeine is the gas pedal, chlorogenic acid, CGA, is the brake that keeps sugar and fat from overwhelming your system. CGA slows carbohydrate absorption, blunting the blood sugar spike after meals. Less sugar spike equals sign, less insulin surge equals sign, better fat-burning environment. It also appears to reduce fat accumulation in the liver and adipose tissue. That's why green coffee bean extract, unroasted beans high in CGA, shows up in fat-burning supplements. Here's the catch: roasting destroys much of the CGA. Light roasts preserve more, while dark roasts have far less. So if you want maximum CGA, drink light roast coffee, or supplement with green coffee bean extract standardized to 50% CGA. Tip #3: prioritize chlorogenic acid to control sugar and fat metabolism. Now let's talk about the smartest upgrade. Supplements that combine caffeine plus CGA with other synergistic compounds. Here's what to look for on the label. Transparent dosing, no proprietary blends. Clean caffeine, PERCAF registered trademark, caffeine anhydrous, around 150-250 milligrams. Green coffee bean extract standardized to 50% chlorogenic acids. Bonus support, acetyl L-carnitine, shuttles fatty acids into mitochondria. Capsaicin, Capsamax registered trademark, mild thermogenic boost. Biopurine registered trademark, improves absorption. Tip #4, stack supplements strategically, not blindly. Think of it like upgrading your car engine. Caffeine revs the motor, CGA controls the fuel flow, carnitine carries the fuel to the engine, and capsaicin adds turbo. Here's how to make this blueprint work in the real world. Dosage. Start low. 100-200 milligrams caffeine is plenty. Don't exceed 400 milligrams daily. Timing, 30-60 minutes pre-workout. Cut off caffeine 6-8 hours before bed to protect sleep. Lifestyle synergy. Remember, coffee isn't magic. It's an accelerator. Pair it with whole foods, movement, hydration, and sleep. Bonus hacks, cinnamon. May improve insulin sensitivity. MCT oil, 1 TSP. Quick clean fuel for energy. These aren't miracle workers, but they help your coffee play better with your metabolism. Let's recap your coffee fat-burning blueprint. Switch to black coffee as your clean foundation. Time your caffeine 30-60 minutes before workouts. Boost chlorogenic acid with light roasts or green coffee bean extract. Upgrade smartly with transparent supplements for maximum synergy. The power to change your body doesn't require extreme diets. It's about making small, strategic upgrades to habits you already have. And your morning coffee is the perfect place to start. Which tip are you going to try first? Black coffee, pre-workout timing, or supplements? Drop your answer in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe, and check the links in the description for my top recommended coffee-based supplements. Thanks for watching, and here's to turning your daily cup into your fat-burning secret weapon.